Hi everyone, my name is Bree Finnell, and today I'll be sharing with you my marine ecology and conservation semester-long project called Our Cognitive Cousins. So to begin with a little bit of background about dolphins, they belong to the genus Odontoceti, meaning toothed whale, and are part of the cetacean group, along with whales and porpoises. They can grow up to 32 feet long, such as the orca, which by contrary belief is actually part of the dolphin family, and those can weigh up to 6 tons. There are 36 known species of dolphin, a couple of those being river dwellers, like the Amazon and Asian river dolphins, but most of them are marine species. They live in brackish water along the coast, which is water that is less salty than the ocean but more salty than fresh water. They live in pods or groups of about 12 or more and are highly communicative and social amongst each other. Generally, dolphins will produce only one offspring at a time, and that baby will be nursed and stick by the mother's side for as long as 6 years in some species, but at least 2. And the mothers do lactate and feed their babies milk, like humans. Because they are mammals, they are warm-blooded, and they give birth to live babies, and they also breathe with lungs rather than gills, which explains why they come to the surface so often. As we've all probably seen on a whale watch or another excursion, or even during a movie, dolphins love to be playful and jump alongside boats. This can be as a means of communication for them or just simply for fun. They can swim up to 18 miles per hour gracefully along the ocean's surface. Dolphins have many abilities that one would call superpowers, including, but certainly not limited to, echolocation, self-recognition, respiration, sleep, their skin, resistance to infection, and their impeccable vision. I'm mostly going to focus on their abilities of echolocation and self-recognition, but to state a couple facts about the others, dolphins use their amazingly efficient lungs to dive up to 1,800 feet below the surface, while being able to hold their breath for 12 minutes. They do not technically sleep, they just shut off half of their brain, relying on the other half to function properly and be conscious. Their skin is pretty amazing. As humans do sweat, dolphins actually secrete a gel-type substance that is antibacterial and does not allow parasitic organisms or sharp objects like barnacles to stick to their exterior. They also have resistance to infection, with the ability to take antibiotic compounds given off by plankton or algal species, and they use those to heal their skin when they have open wounds swimming through the bacteria-infested waters. Their skin heals about 9 times faster than a human skin does, and this is at a rate of about 1 layer of skin for every 2 hours, which is pretty fast. And then their vision, they have a 300-degree range, allowing them to see the potential threats that lurk behind them. And so to define echolocation, it is the ability to locate objects using sound. So within dolphins, this technique includes using sound waves in order to identify objects that are in murky or deep and dark waters. This is possibly an evolutionary trait that allows dolphins to hunt squid and other species that live in deep water. They use this ability by making their high-pitched sounds, which in turn bounce off of objects underneath the surface, similar to the way that we would shout on a mountaintop, waiting to hear the echo of our voice in the distance. They make these sounds by passing air through their nasal passage, up to the blowhole, and into the forehead where the sound is beamed outwards, and if the sound that they send out reflects off of an object, the returning sound is recognized in the lower jaw and moves towards the ear canal, allowing them to sense the size, the distance, the direction, and the density of the object, which is pretty cool. And this figure just kind of illustrates all of that, so you can look at that and read the little captions. It's basically what I just mentioned. And onto self-recognition. Only a handful of species other than humans have been recorded to have the ability of MSR, or mirror self-recognition. These include the gray apes, Tursiops truncatus, which is the bottlenose dolphin, and the Asian elephant. In a previous study done by Rachel Morrison and Diana Reese, 2 young bottlenose dolphins were born in captivity at the National Aquarium in Baltimore, Maryland, and they were studied throughout a 3-year period. There was a one-way mirror placed into the pool, which allowed researchers to videotape each session with or without a mirror present. And the cameras and scientists were invisible to the dolphins. They were able to look at them through this little window that they would cover with dark curtains. And during the study, it was found that within the sessions where the mirror was present, there was much more behavioral changes going on than when the mirror was not there. Both of these dolphins were marked with X's using non-toxic markers on areas of their body that they could not see without a mirror present, such as behind their eyes or between the pectoral fins. And it was observed that during these sessions, the dolphins would come up to the mirror, and arch their bodies or their heads in order to see certain markings that were on themselves. They displayed self-directed behaviors toward the mirror, reflecting the ability to notice differences in their own appearance. And this study alone could be multiple presentations, but for now I'm just going to keep it at that. So moving on to threats that are important in dolphin populations. As we have learned in class, a major problem with many species that live in the ocean is bycatch. But for dolphins, this specifically relates to the tuna trade. Tuna fish and dolphins often swim together, and tuna fishing has become a very demanding industry, causing many dolphin casualties, although the fishermen are obviously not trying to hunt for the dolphins. Gill nets are miles long, and they often catch numerous dolphins, approximating 300,000 dolphin casualties per year, which is a lot. Pollution is, of course, a never-ending issue when it comes to marine life. The inhalation of plastics, the entanglement in debris, and even cancerous tumors that grow on dolphins due to the metallic pollutions that enter the seawater through runoff and things like that. The hunting of dolphins is actually frequent in Asia and some parts of southern Africa and Southern America, which is kind of surprising to me. I never knew that anyone hunted dolphins. And they use them for food sometimes, or to potentially eliminate competition for their local fisheries. The dolphins obviously eat fish, so they could be harming these countries' fishing companies. And then lastly, the depletion of food source. So overfishing has become a huge problem in many parts of the world, and as the food chain goes, every organism is affected by the depletion of food as the commercial fishing industry rises. But as these sound kind of depressing, I would like to end on a higher note and end with some fun facts about dolphins. So there are some rare species of dolphins that are actually pink in color. The Amazon River is home to these beings, and not much is known about them, but their name is the pink encantado dolphin, indicative of their enchanting and mysterious lives. Dolphins have also been studied and known to blow bubbles. This behavior is a way for them to lure their prey up to the surface, mimicking some kind of big action on the surface that normally small fish would attract themselves to. And then lastly, some dolphins, specifically the orca, have been recorded to live up to 90 years old, which is pretty amazing. And they also go through menopausal stages, just like human females do. And it has been found that this is due to older generations trying to live long enough to pass their knowledge down to the younger generations, which is very interesting and pretty cool concept to me. And so much more could be done on the research and of dolphins, just so many different types of dolphins, so many different threats. Everything about the ocean is just never ending. You could research it forever. So this is as far as I've gotten, but this was very interesting for me, and I enjoyed looking into this stuff, and I hope you enjoyed watching. These are my works cited, and this is just a little credit to the program that offered this free template for a presentation, Slides Carnival. Thank you.